Hey there all, hope you're doing well today. So we are officially in 1.1, which is fantastic. Now I will show you that we did finish the different projects that we had in progress. So one is the Nether Hub, and the other is the mines. I did the mines off camera because it was pretty repetitive and, I mean, it's not a huge deal to knock that out. So 1.1 doesn't bring a whole lot, honestly. Like there's a few changes to different biomes, but no major new blocks or anything like that. So one thing that I am incredibly happy about is that the hitbox of a gate is finally gone. So that is a big plus. And I can actually walk on the frickin' farmland. Oh, it's so nice to do that. And then on top of that, which I don't know why I didn't do this when I was down here, but pumpkins now grow on dirt instead of just farmland. So it's not a major life-changing deal. However, this farm works just that little bit better. Well, it works the same, but it's just one less thing I have to think about. Oh yeah, and I don't need to actually hoe these, so now they actually will grow, and I don't have to keep breaking that, or fix the redstone. Alright, so let's head into the mines real quick. Or I guess let's hit the nether. So one thing that I apparently misplaced, let's do this real quick. So one thing that I apparently misplaced is the sheet that I had with all the challenges for the different versions. Don't know where I saved it. It could have been on an external hard drive that got corrupted, so it might be lost forever unless I can recover it, but currently my best guess is that I just lost it somewhere. But it's not the end of the world, because I can just look at working on a new one, so. But that isn't going to change really anything. Because, well, one thing I want to do is try and make some semblance of a slime farm, at least find a slime chunk. So as you can see, everything is slabbed here. All of this is going to have rails on them. So when I get powered rails, there will be powered rails either all the way down or just, you know, periodically. But slabbed all these, got that dug out, all this fun jazz. And then did the same thing for the other side. But now it is safe to run through here, barring, you know, you don't hit a piglin. Barring that. The mines, I went pretty basic with the mines, because I didn't really want to try anything intricate. Mainly because my sanity. I want to try and keep whatever's left of that. And is there anything fabulous? I hear a ghast. Oh, there you are, friend. Ha! I swear if you can all of a sudden see me through here. Okay, cool. Safety is my number 3 concern. So we did the same thing down here. Got it all slabbed up, dug up, all that fun jazz. I'm not sure if I want to add like lanterns to the top here in the future or just keep it as it is. I'm not totally sure. I do like when it's lit up, but I also kind of want to try to do some maybe hidden lighting. I'm not sure. But as you can see, the only thing that's that I need to do down here is turn this so it's facing this. But otherwise, it's safe. Safe enough. But now, let us head to the mines, which I'm pretty happy with. Now, there isn't a whole lot, like I said, as far as new blocks or anything like that. The biggest thing here is there's a few different biomes that they added. But I don't think it really overall changes too much of the world, because the things that they changed was beaches, desert hills, extreme hills edge, forest hills, and taiga hills. Now, in my previous world, I had it where essentially, well, it turned my area in the beginning from just a nice taiga area into frozen, or like a cold biome, so I got ice, which wasn't the worst thing in the world. Oh, I should probably let that up, huh? I'm gonna Pop you with a shovel. I will take bones, though. Rude. That was so rude. Didn't even do anything to him, and he just blew up in my, well, behind my back. Oh, one thing I did want to do. Now, I could just take this down, but honestly, I want to make something of it. So in real life, there's actually bridges that people have built across highways. So that way animals can walk across without, you know, becoming roadkill. And I kind of want to do something like that, but really just to have like an arch here. I don't exactly know how well that'll work with current limitations. What we can, well, in theory, what we could do is we could have over here, we could have this connect that and have it go over, or have something like start down here, have it go up, and then connect to that piece. But either way, I thought it would be kind of a fun thing to do. And then for this, I want to switch out, either switch out or add stone to the bottom here, or maybe try to make it connect down to here, I think. So I don't really want to like terraform a whole lot, but I do want to change out some of the visible blocks. All right. So this part you've all seen, I'm really happy with this design though. I think I just need to add some of the torches with the fence posts down, but let's walk down, I guess, instead of falling. Now I went with the basic stone brick on the side. I don't think I'm going to do anything with the ceiling because I don't really care. I mean, I might texture it and put some like cobble, maybe some stone brick, but I'm not too fussed with it. I just really wanted the walls to look nice as you're coming down. And so what I would do is I'd put the fences right here and have them pop there instead of where they're at. But I am very happy with how it looks. And yeah, it goes all the way down. We have hidden lighting in these, so there's pumpkins down here. And it just continues all the way down. This did take a hot minute to get all the stone that I needed. Need to kind of clean up my little area down here. But I will get to that when my inventory isn't as much of a mess. So the game plan for today, I don't even know, can I actually find? Yeah, so I can't find biomes like you can in later updates where you can find specific biomes on the F3 screen. So I don't think I'm going to worry too much about finding the new biomes because they're just like mild variations of what we have right now, I think. But also, I really wouldn't know which ones I found or not found because I can't really clock it off a list. But I think today I want to do this. I just had the idea recently and I thought it would be kind of cool. And I have a lot of stone. So we can do that and maybe work on changing out some of these visible blocks here. So I think I'm going to muck about and see if I can get something that looks presentable. I have genuinely no idea how I'm going to do this. I either A, need to do a connection to the sides and then have like arches or stone bits in the middle holding it up. That would be kind of the main idea. So we could do something like this. Okay, so what we can do from there, we could add leaves kind of like spilling out and put a tree on top to kind of signify what it is. It's kind of my thinking. I have no idea how this is actually going to look or anything. But this is just a very random idea. Now I will go through and texture this and all that fun stuff, but I do want to get the bones of it, figured out. Honestly, that kind of works. But we definitely need to add some things to signify like what it is, obviously. That's right, cow. In the future, you can just walk right over that. Or you can walk in the road and, you know, whatever. But the option is there. Can I make it? Probably not. Can I make it now? Totally can. Alright, so my thinking is we expand this just a touch. Okay. So if we put a tree, plant that bad boy, and then I do some, I do, I'm so cool. So this could be good. I don't know where this idea came from, but all of a sudden I'm like really excited for it. Okay. Now, but I do want to have, I think, something to this effect. And then we can have, oh, put one over here. Okay, so let's see how this looks. Okay, so we just have to fix that. Tis not a problem. Okay, so we just need to have it connect over. So I think we'll do that next. I'm going to need a lot more dirt. Now, obviously we will need to put some sort of guardrail and such. Because we got to be sure the cows and everything like that don't just fall off. That would be less than ideal for the cows. And sheeps. And then do I have... not on me. That is until I make them. This is by far not pretty in the least right now, but it's all about getting those bones all figured out, right? And one thing I do want to build is a 3x3 door. Because it seems like a fun challenge for someone who has barely done anything with redstone. And it just seems cool to have. So I think next episode, we're going to figure that out. Or work on a redstone something to kind of figure out how redstone does what it does. I mean, you can at least tell what it is. I'm not sure if I would need to like bring in something. I think connecting it to the left side will definitely help. But overall, I'm actually really liking this. It's a very simple idea. And simple things can sometimes be the best. So let's do this. Okay. So let's take this out a touch. Okay. So let's see how it looks at the nighttime. Okay. I do like it. I think it's a good idea. I mean, it'll take some texturing and finagling and stuff like that, but overall, I really do like it. Just need to connect that side to over there, and then we will be in business. And we can kind of figure out different things to do. Gotta smelt up a few things. See, they're growing. They're growing on dirt. Oops. They were growing on dirt until I squashed them. But they grow on dirt now. I should not be that excited for pumpkins growing on dirt. So what I want to have is, I think a 3x3 door would be kind of cool to have right here. I know very, very little about redstone. I know even less about how it works. Like, I can do a couple of things with it, but not because I actually know why it works. Just because I've used that. Just because I've used the circuit in the past. So it's not from knowledge of knowing exactly this leads to that. It's just because I've used a circuit. So I want to actually get to the point to where I can understand why this leads to that and so on and so forth. So that is definitely a goal of mine. I do have a very large redstone idea for the future. Like, future. But it will require, if anyone's familiar with Hermitcraft, Tango did a game called Decked Out. And his second version of it is kind of what I was envisioning. Not as advanced, but similar mechanics with like beacons turning on and off and stuff like that and all that fun jazz. So again, that's very far in the future. So that's why we're going to start small. And one thing I want to do is to try not to look up any sort of designs on how to do stuff. Try to. I'm not saying I won't at some point, but for the most part, I do want to try to just finagle and figure out X, Y, and Z. If anything, I might look up a video about, like, specifics on more explanations for redstone than actually, like, this circuit does this. Alright. So I'm glad to see there was no real, like, biome changes near me. Because last time, yeah, we were in a taiga forest area, and it kind of turned it to ice. Which isn't the end of the world, but just, kind of preferred the original. Okay, so one thing I do want to do, either A, get rid of all of this. See, that seems a bit too formed. I don't really know. Like, I'm not sure. I definitely want to put stuff underneath this. The walls here, I'm not sure how I want to do it. If I want to, like, bring them out. So we would do something like this. Give it a little dimension-esque. Something like that, or I don't know. Because, yeah. Oh, now we need to cover this up. So I'm pretty sure I have stone smelted in the mine, which we can grab our stuff from down there too. I will say I'm very happy I got that mine done. It looks just so good. Alright, so I almost feel like that's a better way to do it than to, like, dig out the dirt. I don't know. Like, I do like that it adds a little something. Not sure. Either way. So we just need to connect this over to here. Okay. I'm 50-50 on the pillars. I feel like they might need to be smaller, or I might need to do something different with the dirt. Not exactly sure. But I'm going to mess around with this for a bit and see if I can come up with something that I like and that I think fits. And I will bring you back and we'll either keep working on it a little bit or we'll move on to something else. Or depending on time, we'll call it there for the day, and then next time I'll have all the information on the challenges and stuff like that that we'll have for this version before we can update. So I will bring you back after I've kind of finagled with it. So I did a little bit extra with it. I can't think of much else to do, honestly. Maybe some more texturing with like cobblestone and stuff around those parts. But otherwise, I'm 50-50 on it. I love the idea. Execution is questionable at the moment. I feel like either I need to reduce the size of the pillars or put the pillars on the sides rather than divide it up like this. I don't think it's terrible, but I just think it's missing something. Maybe it's because of their size? I don't know. But overall, I like the idea. And in the past, I talked about not going back to like upgrade build and stuff like that as we progress through the updates. So I do want to stick with that. However, for something, I think I'd make an exception with like, you know, 1 or 2 updates ahead. Whenever andesite comes into the game, I would make an exception for that. Just because I think it's only a few updates in the future. I can't remember exactly, but for the most part, I don't want to go back and like remodel old build, like, you know, the house or the mine or anything like that. I want to keep them as they are when I built them. But certain things like this, to maybe add some texture with the andesite, might be a good idea to throw that in there. Either way, for the most part, I'm really happy with it. I like the, love the idea. Just execution is questionable at the moment. But overall, I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, might add a few bushes or something like that along the path. Maybe that'll help. Okay, maybe not help, but it may not hurt. May not. Okay. We could probably add some mossy cobble, actually. I have some left. I don't remember where. Also, I need to spend a day and actually, like, organize my chest, now that I actually have a storage room. Crazy idea, I know. But I think putting... some of them, like, closer to the ground would not be a bad call. I will say I already like that. Okay, a little pop of green, never a bad thing. Let's put some near the leaves up top. I don't know how much that'll really change anything, but might, I don't know, sell the illusion. kind of my thinking at the moment. Okay. I do not mind this. That actually helps a lot, I think. So I think that's where we're going to end it for today. But next time, I do want to start messing around with some more redstone. Now, I need to figure out where in the heck a slime chunk is. I do have chunk base to go off of, but some of the things it's reading, I don't have access to. Like, it has a thing saying the specific chunk, and I don't have that information. And the way it determines certain things are kind of weird, so I have to... might just have to dig out a big hole underneath and just go to town. Which isn't the end of the world, because I always need cobble in some way or another. Now I don't need slime to deal with some redstone. However, I would like to have the slime just to ensure that I can muck about with stuff. So I think that's what we'll do next time. And we'll dig out an area, which is under Y39, so... okay. Yeah, but I do want to have... I think a 3x3 door here would be really cool to have. So, that is the game plan for next time. I'm going to work on trying to find a slime chunk. It's just going to be a lot of digging, honestly, and all of that, because the tool currently doesn't, well, it doesn't work too well for 1.1, I feel. It might be accurate, but the information is kind of weird to read for being in version 1.1, so I'm going to mess around with that, but yeah, we still need to figure out kind of decorating this area, cleaning up this, so there's still so many things to do, but next time I'm going to have the list of challenges and whatnot that we are going to complete before we can update to 1.2 and go from there. But with all that said, hopefully you did enjoy, and please do take care of yourself, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.